It's Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Dev Sahni. Dev, rolling straight into another fight week.
Mate.
It's relentless, this, isn't it?
We don't mess about. We do not mess about at Queensbury. One week we are in Riyadh, the next we are in Bournemouth. I mean, worlds apart. The last time I was in Bournemouth, it was for a stag do, and I remember very, very little of it. I'm hoping to remember more about this show. I can certainly tell you all about it, and yeah, that's great. We're busy. It's great.
Brilliant. This is my first time in Bournemouth.
Okay.
So I've
no stag
even lived
do's,
in.
no little.
Nah, I've only been to a couple, but yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about this card first of all. Let's just start going straight through the main event. I just found out by interviewing Salvi, his amateur pedigree, over 100 fights, national champion, on the Spanish team for 4 years. You know, he's a legit boxer that has earned up to this European title. And even though we all know Ryan Garner because we're all from England, this is going to be a war from what I can see.
Yeah, I didn't know all of that. Might have to pull Ryan out. No, I'm joking. But,
well, Ryan obviously European champion,
yeah,
and he was just as good with his accolades.
It's a brilliant fight. Vacant European title on the line. He's unbeaten, as you say. He's got all of those amateur accolades as well, and he's here for a war. Salvador Jimenez. I spoke to him before. Has Ryan Garner made a mistake? He was like, yes, he's made a mistake. I've got the cojones. He was doing all that. He was grabbing at his, nether regions, and he's up for it. But so's Ryan Garner. First time headlining. Let's see what you can do, young man. He's had a brilliant 2024, a breakout year where he's beaten Archie Sharp and Liam Dillon, two completely different styles, but he beat them both and beat them both well. So now, you're the man. How do you deal with the homecoming kind of pressure? Because they're all going to be for him in there. I can't wait to find out, but I think he's in a great place, and I wonder if I'm going to ask him about this. I wonder if he comes through, if he's got an eye on Wood and CACACE. Just a little cheeky eye.
Yeah, so I've not mentioned to him anything about anyone else because I know fighters hate to overlook the fights, but I agree with you there. That is the fight we'd want to see, and especially you've got the new era now. Obviously, Ryan Garner, he had whatever early in his career and stuff, but he's now the guy that's coming up wanting to take these guys at the tops, what they've got.
100%. He was scheduled a year and a half ago to fight Anthony CACACE for the IBO world title, and it didn't happen for whatever reason. Probably fate played its hand, and it was probably too soon for Ryan Garner. If he does a job on Salvador Jimenez on Saturday, who could be the toughest fight of his career, then maybe it's not too soon for the likes of Anthony CACACE and Lee Wood. He's 27 years old, he's in his prime, 10 years younger, or 8 to 10 years younger than those guys. He should be looking at them, I think, anyway. But we'll find out. Difficult business at hand.
And then we got Louis Edmondson, and what a story he had last time out. I just spoke to him there because I was at the Dan Aziz fight. I spoke to him before. I didn't get to talk to him after the fight, and obviously you don't get to hear the honesty of them until after the fight. And he wasn't ready for the 12 rounds. It was his first time making championship weight. He had so many question marks above him, and even though he went in this B-side, he had everything against him there, which was a test in his mind, and he obviously come out on top. I didn't know that, and I really respect that, because fighters, those question marks in your head, even though you back yourself, those things that haven't been answered when you go against the likes of Dan Aziz, it just shows what type of guy you are to say yes to taking that fight. Obviously, he said he was meant to fight Ben Whittaker, that fell through. It looks like they were trying to just feed him to a lion to get rid of him. Well, it's not. He's now eaten the lion, and he's now gotten bigger.
Definitely. Listen, and I've just looked at, you got Fortress, which has reminded me that Louis Edmondson has got fortitude. That's what he has. He's been through so much in his life where he's been told by doctors, he had this massive, like a shark bite thing going on. He had sepsis. He had this awful period in his life. And he was told, you're never going to box again. And there were doctors that gave up on him. But he never gave up on himself. And look at him now. British and Commonwealth champion, unbeaten. He was the underdog against Dan Aziz, but he did the job against Dan Aziz, and now he's top of the world. He's boxing on the South Coast. He'll want a headline on the South Coast soon enough. He'll want to be a world champion, and he keeps performing. He's in the right place for it, so very excited to see him. But again, he's got an unbeaten opponent coming to take his head off, who hasn't said a lot in the build-up. Maybe that's more of a worry. saving it all for fight night. I'm very curious about this fight.
So again, I just spoke to Tosin for the first time, and it seems like from his perspective, he won the WBC African title, which is the equivalent of us winning whatever domestic title we can win, English, British. So he's been there and done that, and now he's come abroad and he's training out of Newport, I believe. He's not very talkative, but you can see he's done every single thing his coach has said to be ready for this big fight.
Yeah, and he's unbeaten, so like he's got that confidence of an unbeaten fighter. At the launch press conference, and I don't expect much more today, but at the launch press conference I was like, Louis Edmondson says that he does all of this better than you, like, what do you think? And he was just like, man thought he was better, BF, just said we'll see. Like, come on, give me something more. I hope to get more today, but he's cool, he's calmed, and he's clearly a guy who lets his fist do the talking.
You can clearly see, even by the presser today, that the majority of these guys do let their fists do the talking. We haven't really got any showmen that are trying to be flashy. We're just going to have on Saturday night lots of competitive, very good fights.
Yeah, and that's the plan. It's a brilliant card from top to bottom. Make sure you watch all of it live on TNT Sports. We'll be on the Queensbury stream before that, and around the world on DAZN. It's going to come down to who wants it most, and that is the collision on the coast.
Lastly, though, I do just want to ask you, so you know John Isaacs, you saw his debut. I was there again at Batten's gym when he was there. He looks very promising. He's a heavy-handed young kid. He's got lots to learn, and he's under the right tutelage of Wayne Batten.
With Wayne Batten, yeah.
How far do you think this kid can go? I know, obviously, the sky's the limit and we don't know, but do you see potential in him when you look at these debutants?
100%. He's 1-0 so far. There's so many, you see it with so many fighters over the years, and Frank will tell you, fighters who start so promising, take a couple of wrong turns and maybe lose their way. Hopefully John's not one of them. He seems in the right place, seems a very cool guy and very likeable, seems to have a good energy about him. Heavy hands, as you say as well, and I think he can go as far as he wants to go.
Brilliant. Well, Dev, thank you, and I will see you on Fight Night.
See you then, mate.
Cheers.
All right.